Teramona does it yet again as he stops Aleem Whitfeild, an undefeated fighter, which was 9-0 with 6 KOs. He takes him out first round, lands a beautiful right hand, and then finishes him off later on in the round. And that is a wrap. And let me counterpunch. Teramona will be known eventually in the next 4 or 5 fights as and in the same range as Moses Atoma in time. There's a lot of history between the new blood, okay? And Teramona is definitely a part of that new wave of heavyweight. 6'6", 265 pounds, 8-0, 8 KOs, amateur career extensively, lost to Bakare Jololov. And you know, he recently called out Jololov last week, which I got a video brewing for that as well. And you can tell, you know, Bakare Jololov lost to Joe Joyce. And, you know, Frazier Clark also beat Bakare Jololov, which also Richard Torres is another fighter that we have to look forward to. And these guys are all professionals now. We all know what happened to Frazier Clark. Frazier Clark is, you know, back in action. Of course, he just took out Ebenezer Teta. Okay, and his bout is the return of getting his jaw re-dislocated by Fabio Wardley, which upset Justice Hooney, another young blood fighter. So between Fabio Wardley, Justice Hooney, Teramona, Bakare Jololov, Richard Torres, you know, we have a string of new up-and-coming talent. I think that these fights should be made. I know Eddie Hearn wants him to take on Moses Atoma in time. I think there's smaller steps and other things that he needs to do by taking out, avenging Teramona, or should I say, Bakare Jololov needs to avenge his defeat to Bakare, right? And I think that is the steps to take, because there's a lot for Teramona to do, you know, in the sport. I think there's opportunity for him. There's fights for him. They keep setting him up. He's going to keep knocking them down. He has heavy hands. He's rangy, and he can crack. But most importantly, Teramona has personality. You know what I'm saying? He has his own skanking island swag, okay, about him, and I like it. It's, you know, it's humble, you know, and I think we need humble people with personality. That's why Alexander Usyk is where he's at right now. You know, he could be the baddest man on the planet, but if he's unlikable, people wouldn't like him. You see what I mean? So Teramona, I believe, is in that particular realm, because he is likable and he is marketable, you know, and he is very dangerous. He has a perfect record. Now, imagine if he does this straight 8 or 9 times over. You know, that's only going to look a lot better, especially when people know him more, like him more. He was on a great platform in Madison Square Garden in New York. He gave homage and respect to New York, and people know who he is. And the more people he knocks out, he puts himself more and more on the map. Okay, so the Richard Torreses, the Bakare Jololovs, the Moses Atomas, you know, these fights are there for him. Even Jai Apataya if he moves up. But this guy is 6'6", dangerous, long reach, very powerful, you know, and he's taking guys and putting them away like the Queensberry fighter Moses Atoma is right now. But he's just farther down the trough. But you guys tell me what you think of Teramona doing it yet again, knocking out Aleem Whitfeild in the first round. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.